Gemini and Gemini rising, very important week for you because of Mercury. Mercury is your ruler. Mercury is going to be slowing way down. It's already going at a crawl. So usually Mercury will change degrees. It'll move about a degree. I think every 2 days it moves a couple degrees, or a degree and a half every day or so. And so what it's doing now, though, it's kind of hanging around in the same degree for a week or more, week and a half. I mean, it moves micro moves, but it's nothing compared to what it would normally be moving. And what that means for a Mercury ruled sign is that it's going to slow down. Things are going to slow down. So be patient with yourself, Gemini. I know you love to get a lot done. Geminis love to stay busy. They love to be constantly engaged with information, and that's still possible. However, this is a time of really reflection on where you are, where you've gotten to in the last few months. I would say, since, well, actually, we could just say that, because Mercury is going to be in the same sign that it was this time last year, let's just use this Mercury to reflect on the progress we have made thus far, despite everything. Everybody's made progress in some area of life because we've had to sit still for so long, and it may be just in your own self-reflection that you've made progress. But let's use this Mercury to just pause. I did use the phrase go dark yesterday with a Virgo chart. And, maybe going dark is a little dramatic. I think it's good to slow down and be quieter. Quieter, I think, is a better way to think of it. Now, I do want to mention for Gemini, the full moon is happening in the Gemini house for you, in that third house of communication. So your urge to communicate is even more dominant. You're wanting to shine your light out in a way that you can be heard. And I don't want to say that's impossible. In fact, you're likely to be doing a lot of communication. However, you just want to be mindful of the fact that communication maybe the messaging isn't exactly right. Maybe there's some little bit of misunderstanding there. Maybe you're still tweaking your perspective on an issue that you're actively communicating about. And so you have to edit yourself or go back and say something in a different way. Revise your perspective, revise your opinion. That's something I could see happening during this time. The sun and Jupiter are conjunct. This is lovely during this full moon. It feels ebullient and feels joyful on the one hand, but the sun is kind of blocked in with Saturn on one side and Jupiter on the other. And so that can create a little bit of the Saturn being the devil and Jupiter being the angel. It's like, you want to be optimistic, but then Saturn is telling you you've got to be practical. And actually Saturn in astrology, if you look back historically in ancient times, the archetype of Saturn is the devil. So it is a little bit like you have all of this joy that just wants to burst out, and yet you feel inhibited by practicality on the one hand, and you feel so hungry for joy and optimism on the other. It's a little bit of a mixed bag in that way. And also, we didn't even talk about the square to Mars Uranus. For Gemini, this could create some anxiety. Another reason why it's good for you to kind of calm yourself down, all of your systems, all of your, parasympathetic and sympathetic. I get those two confused, but the way that you calm your body down, and that brings your mind in alignment as well. So it's a time of a lot of expectation, I think, particularly for Geminis. We're all feeling this to some degree. We're so eager for this winter to be over, for this awful, awful, grim year to be over. And it's 2021, and yet we haven't quite pushed beyond the threshold of all of the difficulty, but it is coming. So I do want you to maintain that hope and optimism, but just kind of pace yourself this week, okay? We're moving into a slowdown where we're going to reassess a lot of things. that's a good thing, because as the time we get to March, April, May, you're not going to believe it when it's happening, but you're going to look up and be like, oh my God, I can see my friends again. Oh my God, I do believe that we're going to be able to recover. You're going to start to see things improve in a big way.